Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you're just starting your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with all aspects of English life, read by a native British speaker. Together we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website, onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's also about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love for the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, share your own language journey, and as a reward for being so amazing, you will get exclusive content each month. So whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets of Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Get comfortable and let the learning begin. Hello to today's new listeners. You're in so many countries that I can't list them all here right now, but today I want to say hi to my friends in Canada, Taiwan, and back home in the UK. Thank you for joining my community. I hope to see some of you for private lessons in the near future. Let me know where you're listening from in the comments. Today's episode is called Iron Horses, George Stephenson's Locomotive Revolution. In the records of industrial history, there exists a tale that reverberates with the rhythmic chug of progress, a story where steam, iron, and ingenuity collide to birth the marvel that is the locomotive. Picture a time when horses were power, and journeys were measured in hoofbeats. Now let's embark on a thrilling ride through the steam-filled landscape of innovation and discover the man behind the engine, George Stephenson. Our journey begins in the early 19th century, a period steeped in the clatter of spinning jennies and the hum of newfound possibilities. George Stephenson, a self-taught colliery engineer with a penchant for tinkering, envisioned a future where steam, not steeds, would propel humanity forward. The vision, a steam-powered locomotive that could traverse tracks and defy the limitations of muscle power. Stephenson faced a multitude of challenges in this audacious endeavour. The terrain was uncharted, and the skeptics were many. The prevalent mode of transportation was horse-drawn wagons on primitive tracks, and the very idea of a mechanical behemoth hurtling down those iron paths seemed as fantastical as a steam-powered dragon. Enter the rocket, Stephenson's magnum opus. In 1829, this sleek, fire-breathing locomotive took to the tracks and changed the course of history. The rocket wasn't just a machine. It was a symbol of progress hurtling into the future. With its innovative design, multi-tubular boiler, and a blistering top speed of 29 miles per hour. The rocket laid the tracks for the golden age of locomotion. However, Stephenson's journey to locomotive supremacy was no Sunday ride in the countryside. The early locomotive faced teething issues. Boilers leaked, wheels slipped, and tracks wobbled. But Stephenson, fueled by his passion for progress, turned these challenges into opportunities. He refined designs, improved tracks, and tirelessly worked to iron out the kinks in his iron horses. As the locomotive's efficiency skyrocketed, so did its influence on the world. Factories, once tethered to water sources for power, could now set up shop wherever the tracks could reach. Industries boomed, and the relentless chug of the locomotive became the heartbeat of progress. The locomotive did more than just transport goods. It wove a tapestry of connectivity. Towns and cities previously isolated now found themselves linked by a network of iron veins. The steam whistle became the herald of a new era, echoing through valleys and signalling the dawn of modern transportation. Today, as sleek trains glide along electrified tracks, it's easy to forget the humble beginnings of the locomotive. George Stephenson's invention transformed travel, trade, and the very fabric of society. The whistle of the locomotive became a siren call, beckoning humanity into an era where distance was no longer a barrier. So the next time you board a train or hear the distant rumble of tracks beneath iron wheels, tip your hat to George Stephenson, the visionary who harnessed steam, conquered challenges, and set the world on a thrilling ride through the annals of locomotive history. Here's to the steam dreams and iron horses that continue to shape our modern world. Remember to join me on Patreon for exclusive content. Join me in December for a detailed look at the traditions we celebrate around Christmas. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Please comment, like, and share so even more people can discover me and my podcast. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further. Whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics, I'm here to guide you on your English journey. 30-minute lessons are £8 and 60-minute lessons are just £15. Buy a package of 10 lessons and you'll get your 11th lesson for free. If you haven't had a lesson with me before, why not try a 20-minute trial lesson to see what the lessons are like for the reduced cost of just £5. But wait, there's more. If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining my Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps me bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of my show. Plus, you will receive exclusive content so you can keep practicing your listening skills even more. It starts from just £1. Your support truly means the world to me, and I couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining me here on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.